Actually, when it comes to that, now I've seen your experience. You've been in banking, in Standard Chartered. You've been in sugar industry with all these Kilombero and Malawi and Zambia and beyond. You've been mining through Tanzanite. You've been in the brewery industry with the TBL. You've been in academics. Because you were in the University of Dar es Salaam, University of UDOM, University of Dodoma, Sebastian Koloa University. So we have had diverse kinds of boards. And how do you keep up now? Because you from banking to sugar to academics to breweries to mining. How does one behave or still manage the challenges of knowledge and industry understanding?
As I said, there are general principles that cut across different boards.
Yes.
Be it of commercial entities, but also on academics, like my involvement with the Council of the University of Dar es Salaam, or when I was chairman also of the Endowment Fund for the University of Dodoma. There are general principles of directorship which cut across different sectors or areas of focus, but also the specific knowledge about the specific business or entity that you sit on the board. You have to have a knowledge. When I was in the mining industry, I had to understand some issues that are related to mining. You may not be a geologist or
professional miner,
but
yes.
The dynamics of the mining industry and the specific company that you're dealing with. So it's the banking industry. You have to understand that, and the banking industry and its requirements. So there are certain general issues that cut across different boards, but they're also specific to the industry and specific to the company that we're saving. You have to develop that broad understanding. So the principle for continuous development.
Oh, continuous development. That's why I've seen you in your home library, how well staffed it is.
Yes.
Because of you keep learning, keep reading.
Oh yes, because business environment and the businesses are changing.
Yes.
And especially in the last 30 years, since the end of Cold War, significant developments in science and technology, particularly information and communication technology, has transformed the business environment beyond recognition. It is setting what we call globalization, which essentially means integration and coordination of production, distribution, and exchange processes throughout the world, based on economies of scale, economies of scope, and therefore the liberalization processes which have transformed national boundaries into markets.
Global markets.
Global and competitiveness. Both scale and liberalization processes has brought in intensive competition. When you factor in developments in information and communication technologies, which are rendering time, space, distances completely irrelevant.
100%.
In the competitive environment of the world. And then the focus on other issues like renewed concern and care for the environment, for sustainability of various businesses. You have to factor in issues of environment and issues of sustainability.
And probably even the evolution of the governance, corporate governance rules and expectations.
Even issues that are not necessarily political, the question of democracy, human rights, the rule of law, good governance, leave the political part of it.
Yes.
And I'm not in politics. I've never been, and I won't be in politics. But in terms of extending the frontiers of human freedom, as you confront the challenges of your environment, in Swahili, pambana na mazingira yako na hali yako. Issues about unleashing the creative human potential to its fullest extent. You need that space.
You need that space.
So the dynamic interplay of all these forces of globalization in terms of integration and coordination of global distribution, digitalization process, liberalization process, environment concern, and issues of diversity, gender, and so the dynamic interplay of all these forces has created a new environment of businesses, which is characterized by intensive competition, characterized by far-reaching discontinuities.
Yes.
The change from the copper wire telephone to a mobile, you know, that discontinuity is huge. And
It is.
It has created a lot of uncertainties.
So all this makes you, as a board member, to read a lot,
Oh yes.
to self-develop a lot.
Oh yes.
Otherwise, if a board member is lazy, it won't be effective. That's
won't
what you're
be
trying to tell us.
Yeah.
Because the dynamics are
Yeah.
changing all the time
Oh yes. And businesses are put under extreme pressure.
to perform.
They have competitive competition, you know.
In expectation
Oh yes.
from the shareholders, from
Yeah.
other stakeholders,
Yeah,
from
and
the regulators.
Yeah, and competitiveness is not just local. You know, whatever you're
global.
doing, you have to be, you know, globally competitive.
Competitive.
So as a board director, you are confronted with all these challenges. And in addition to understanding the dynamics of that particular business that you're dealing with, you also have to understand the national environment in which there are policy issues that are being formulated. There are legal issues, there are fiscal regimes changing here and there, and so on.